All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Star Wars Crimson Empire issue number 1 of 6 from Dark Horse Comics. To my opinion, like you probably heard 1,000 times before, I think Dark Horse was a good stable for Alien franchise, Star Wars franchise, etc. And the Predator franchise as well. They are now back in the hands, or Star Wars is now back in the hands again of Marvel. Don't care about that. But what I do like about Marvel is just the originals. But this is the omnibus that I have. I think this is really fun. I grew up with these comics. It's really fun storylines, fun arts, and it's just great. And Dark Horse is continuing that greatness, if I may say so. Anyway, we're going to continue. This is, behind the scenes of after the Empire fell, and there's now a lot of dissidents in the ranks. A lot of people want to pick up the pieces. Now, to be honest, this is my first Dark Horse Star Wars books. I don't have nothing of what's in here. So if this is a continuation of what came before, I do not know. What I do know is that the Empire is falling and there is a temporary council that wants to pick up the pieces. But of course, the council is full of people that want to have their own agenda. Along one man's called Karnor Jax. He has a lot of sway over the council. He knows the secrets about the members of the ruling body that could destroy their control and further weaken the Empire. He uses his knowledge to force the creation of a special position for himself within the council. Right, so he wants to become a new Dark Lord with the aid of equally ambitious General Wessel and eventually ascend to Palpatine's throne. Only one other knows the council's secrets and Jack's ambitions. Hiding on the galaxy's outer edges, he bides his time, awaiting his chance to destroy them all. Awesome. So, we start here. At Adja, located far beyond the center of Imperial activity and beyond inhabited area of the galaxy, this barren planet has never been of interest of the Empire until now. Right, so there's a landing party, right? And the art looks great, by Paul Gulacy. And so there's some stormtroopers here, wants to, seeking a guide probably. But then an explosion. He says, Squad 2 to command location was a trap. All right. Yeah. So what happens here, that here on Vader is, it's a haven for smugglers and thieves. And then this guy comes in and he's halted by an Imperial garrison, right? Oh, no, by some guards. And he says, hey, give me your identification. And he says, if you look closely, I think you'll find that everything is in order. So he's bribing him, right? And so he's going on about his business. And then he enters a local... Is that how you... Is it a pub? Is that still something that is in the... maybe a restaurant. I don't know. Some place where you can eat and drink in the Star Wars universe, right? So there's some generals, I believe, or some higher-ups. And they are, like I say, one is a favor of Karnor Jax, and the other one says, no, I don't trust Jax. He's out for himself. So there's some arguments between the higher-ups here. And this guy, noticed that... this hooded figure's maybe listening. He says, but the hooded figure says, you and your group have nothing to fear from me. Why don't you return to your table and enjoy what's left of the evening? So he says, don't you know that when an Imperial officer, so it's not a general, but officer, asks you a question, you had to best give a direct answer. So he warns him again and says, what? I'll teach you. And then he grabs a weapon and, deals with these officers in a brutal manner, right? So everything is dispersing. There's some stormtroopers coming in, but they are no match for this highly trained warrior. And the locals are just watching, and they are quickly dispersed. Dispersing the scene or dispersing themselves, I don't know. But they're going away, right? So then this stranger comes up to the hooded figure and says, "Come with me, I know a place." And he says, why should I trust you? And he says, well, you don't have a choice because there's more people coming in soon, right, from the Empire. Meanwhile, on the Star Destroyer, General Wessel, to see you, your lordship. And this voice says, send him in. Ja, wait a minute. Met Marinesreiniger. Hey Johan, goedendag. Ja, klopt. Ik ben even... ja, correct. Ik ben even nu de datum kwijt wat het nu is. Oké. Ja, dat kan. Ik geloof dat het maar een hele kleine ingreep is. Dus ja, kom maar langs. Wanneer zijn jullie beschikbaar?
Ik denk ongeveer om 2:30 dat we er zijn. Dus zeg maar tussen 2:30 en 3.
Oké, prima. Dan ben ik er wel. Is goed.
Zet ik in de planning en dan komen ze die kant op.
Oké, vrienden, bedankt. Dankjewel. Dag. Dag. And there's a guy sitting there asking if they found Kir Kanos. And the other one says, I'm not exactly. My man tracked him to Zadja in the Trillion sector or Trilon sector, but he escaped before they could lay their hands on him. So he says it is very important that he needs to find Kir Kanos. Otherwise, their plans will not succeed. You know, and if he fails, he's gonna, you know, answer directly to him. Surely no man can be that much of a threat. You have no idea what that man is capable of, but I do. He's the only man in all the galaxy who can stand in the way of our plans. From this moment on, General, you have one mission: find Kir Kanos. And he's sweating. And hey, he's force sensitive, I guess. Yeah, so who knows what he is. Anyway, so this guy here on Fate. How do you say Phaedos? Did I say that correctly? Phaedra? Veda. Is introducing himself as Tem Mercon. And Tem Mercon has a lot of questions. And he says, hey, I don't need me to pry, but I've seen men with those kind of moves. They are either Jedi Knights or member of Palpatine's elite guards. Here we are. So he has also some kind of a secret hideout built for emergencies. And so they're coming down here. He says there's food and water that lasts a full cycle. I'll be back shortly with some friends who can help you. And don't worry about me turning you over to the authorities. I'm no friend of those you killed tonight. So he unmasks, and he is a rough-looking man with a scar. And he looks or thinks back when he was a member of a warrior tribe. This is on Yinkor, I believe that's how you say it. Cleansed of its original inhabitants, the planet was harsh and desolate as any place known to man. A perfect training ground for the galaxy's most feared warriors. All right, so these guys have a fight together. Not sure if it's to the death. Instructed in the deadly art of Ekani. Forged in the crucible of the arena known as the Squall. By the end of their time on Yinkor, they would emerge different men if they survived. So this is a flashback. He says, I submit, you win the match. Face it, Kir Kanos. In the Squall, I always win. So I believe these are maybe friends. So it's just Carno Jackson, Kir Kanos, right? So I assume that this is Kir Kanos, I believe. But then Emperor Palpatine enters the stage. They are all bowing. I would speak with those who have given up so much out of loyalty to me. You honor me with your sacrifice. You, my son, I know your life cannot be easy and your training is exceedingly difficult. Yes, sire, but it prepares me for a life of service to my emperor. What is your name? Kir Kanos, your excellency. And the emperor looks in the eyes of Kir Kanos. And maybe he sees something in it. But then none other than Lord Vader also enters the stage. You arrived for the demonstration. Proceed, he says. So Vader says, who is your best student? So this guy says, Burr Dandit is the best among us. So Vader says, Dandit, step forward. Come, step into the squall with me. Attack me. Hold nothing back. So he looks at the Emperor and says, do your duty, my son. Burr Dandit's attacks and his defenses were flawless. Perfect technique. Yet Vader toyed with him as he were a mere child. So he kicks him in the face, and Burr Dandit wants to grab his weapon, and Vader cuts his hand off. To his credit, Dandit did not ask for mercy, and none was offered. Vader says, if he was your best, you are not yet fit to serve the Emperor. Return to your studies. You have much to learn. They had already learned one harsh lesson. Many more were yet to come. Awesome. So Kir Kanos wakes up. I believe this is Kir Kanos, right? Lessons that kept one alive in a galaxy filled with opportunities for death. So here's a sound, and he is readying his weapon and sweating too. But then above, we have the Empire, or soldiers of the Empire, or generals, or well, it's not probably not generals. So sergeants, maybe? Let me double check real quick before I say something stupid. Officers. And he's interrogating this man that sees, what Kir Kanos has done. So this guy says, thank you for your cooperation. Take this man into custody as a martial witness. Cancelled all departures from Vader. No ships will be allowed to leave the port. An incident like this could attract the attention of the Central Command. Ruin everything we built here. Destroy careers, or worse. I fear a fugitive is no ordinary smuggler or outlaw, he says. And I mean to find him before his past follows him to Vader. Now listen to the next issue. Really cool. I like that. What I don't like is this digital stuff here in the background, But it is what it is. Art looks good. We have some nice background stories. We have Vader. We have the Emperor. And some cool things, regarding the Empire. There's not something that you see every day. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.